folks, the purpose of this video is to educate you. It's to let you know that you can utilize the U.S. Forest Service on your land, on your property. So I hope you learn a little something here. And if you have any questions about forestry in your county, just go to your local forestry agent and they're glad to help. Stoney Ridge, farm Stoney Ridge. Hey guys, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. We've been cutting trees, we've been planting trees, we've been talking trees, we've been doing all this stuff, we've been clearing land, we've been working with the Forestry Service. So guys, I wanted to mention what I'm doing with the Forestry Service with my land. I got a lot of bad flack about cutting the trees here on the property, but the plan is to replant some of this, and the secondary plan is to clear some of the land and make pasture for a farm. Can't really have much of a farm and farm animals without a pasture. So we have Sam here with the North Carolina Forest Service, and we're working on getting the forest plan together, right?
Yeah.
So I took Sam over on the back side of the farm here where we're going to replant about 40 acres of trees. And then there are a couple spots like right in behind him and right up on another hillside here that are just too rocky for us to clear. So Sam's giving me some advice. Are the trees you're recommending a native species tree or?
So usually when we talk about planting trees, we're going to plant loblolly pine.
Okay.
It is the fastest return on investment. It
Gotcha.
grows the fastest, it's going to give you the quickest rotation. And it's native to North Carolina, but not necessarily to this region.
Okay.
But the cool thing is it's a weed. It'll grow anywhere, it'll grow fast, and it'll make you money.
Gotcha. The thought here is to replant our trees and then we'll harvest them again later. Now the loblolly pine also provides a lot of habitat for wildlife, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So deer bedding down in there, bobcats, squirrels, rabbits. Do they put off a pine cone that squirrels would eat, or?
Squirrels love loblolly pine cone.
Okay.
Yeah, not as much as they love acorns, but
Gotcha.
they love them.
Well, when you gotta eat, sometimes pine's what you gotta eat. And sometimes when you gotta eat, part of your retirement plan includes planting your forest back up so that you'll have a good retirement. Any way you're gonna diversify your income or diversify your retirement account, you can invest. And you can invest in land, and when you invest in land, you better invest in trees and invest in yourself. When it comes down to trees per acre, we have a crew. I'll hire a crew, which is recommended by these guys, and they'll come out and they'll plant how many trees per acre generally in this area?
We're either going to recommend 436 trees per acre on a 10 by 10 spacing or 544 trees per acre on an 8 by 10 spacing.
Gotcha. And you say 8 by 10, the rows would be 8 feet wide and 10 feet apart, or how does that work?
It usually runs out to the tree planter is walking in a line.
Yep.
They're walking 10 feet apart, and
Gotcha.
they're planting a tree every 8 feet.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now when they plant, do they plant trees, or they plant tree?
Really, it's however they end up.
Yeah, okay.
They're
Gotcha.
going to get out there. There's going to be 30 guys,
And they're just line up in a line and roll.
They line
Okay.
up and roll.
Cool.
And they're going to plant a lot very quickly.
Now what do they use to plant? Do they use something to stick in the ground, to wedge in the ground, or do they just have a little handheld thing to go and just stick it in? The trees are like what, this tall, something like that? Okay.
This tall,
So
roots and
about-
all.
Okay, roots and all, and that'll be a bare root stock?
Bare root usually,
Okay.
unless you specify you want containerized.
Gotcha.
And I would recommend bare root, especially this time of year.
Okay,
The biggest benefit you get with containerized is you can start planting in October, November.
gotcha. It'll retain moisture better.
Correct.
Okay. Now when we talk about a loblolly pine tree, what you guys need to know is a loblolly pine tree is a tree that's used to make 2x4s and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
Plywood, stuff like that?
All of the above.
Okay. Now there are native species that you can plant here called a shortleaf pine. And a shortleaf pine tree would grow to fruition at about 30 to 35 years, something like that, or 40 years? How?
Probably looking at 40 to
Okay.
45,
40
maybe
to
even
45.
pushing 50.
50 years, okay. And that's when the tree gets how big?
That's when the average diameter will be, the 14 to 16 inch range.
Gotcha. So the trees that we're going to plant will be harvestable in what, 25 years or so?
Probably 30 to 35.
30 to 35 years. So guys, I am 40 years old and I want to harvest these trees 2 more times in my lifetime, so I've got to start eating better, okay? No more McNuggets. Even though McNuggets are made of white meat now, McDonald's is awesome. No more McNuggets, okay? Who would have thought you'd have a talk with a forester and talk about chicken nugget?
Never know.
Yeah, you don't ever know. So this guy eats nuggets, I can tell.
I do.
So from a soil standpoint here in North Carolina, I'm in the Piedmont region of North Carolina, almost on the edge of the mountainous region, I guess, or are we close to the mountain?
I call this North Central Piedmont.
Okay.
You've got, we're a little west of Central Piedmont.
And Piedmont means pretty much where the mountains meet the flatlands. Is that pretty much it? So where the mountains meet the flatlands.
Transition zone.
Exactly. So there's a lot of soil here that's washed off of the mountains, okay? And the soil quality here isn't quite the best for growing trees really fast, okay? So the nutrition content here in the soil is not exactly ideal for what you'd want to grow these trees at a 25-year rate. Now in eastern North Carolina, you're telling me you can harvest these trees at a 25-year rate. It's interesting. Is there a certain pH that these trees are looking for?
It's less pH, it's more of just what's there, nutrients.
Right.
Has this been eroded? Is all the nitrogen gone?
Gotcha.
Because historically this was farmed.
Yep.
And still the best area is, it's still farmed.
Right.
And historically you farm the good stuff, and the bad stuff you just let the trees grow, and whenever they're ready to cut, they cut.
Right. So guys, what you need to know about the history of North Carolina here where I live is that back in the days, land was plentiful. And back in the 16, 17, 1800s, folks would move to a place, farm it out. There wasn't fertilizer like there is nowadays. There wasn't chemical fertilizer, and people would come and they would overfarm a place. It would be tilled, turned up, the soil would wash, all the topsoil would wash away, and when we sent the soil test for our farm, for our land, we had 0.04% organic material in our soil, which means this is basically one big rock, okay? Consequently, need to plant the loblolly pines that'll grow in a rock. Guys, I thought you'd find this a little bit interesting to talk to the Forest Service here. Pretty cool job. I'd like to walk around the woods all day long. So,
nice.
Walks around the woods all day long, takes a look at people's trees, gives them advice, and when you see this guy coming, you got to put a smile on your face. Guys, thanks a lot for watching today. We'll see you at the next vlog. Be sure you stick around. We're going to be slaughtering a pig here in the next probably week or so. And actually I'm going tomorrow, but I might not get the video up for a week. We're going to be slaughtering a pig the old-fashioned way, the way my great-grandfather did it and his great-grandfather did it here in Appalachia, or Appalachia, that's what we call it. Thanks a lot. Come on back and see me, guys. Click that like button, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, and click the little bell down there. It'll notify you when I post a new video. All right, want to do the woo? He wants
Woo!
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge, bring your wife and